As I've written before and publicly stated in interviews, the vast majority of people, when looking at Washington, D.C. and at the Vatican, they never comprehend how those cities constitute one of the greatest open conspiracies of all time. There, reproduced in all of their glory and right before the world's eyes, is an ancient talisman diagram. It's based on the history and cult of Isis, Osiris, and Horus, including the magical utilities meant to generate the deity's return. The primeval concept, especially that of sacred domes facing obelisks, this is something that was designed in antiquity for the express purpose of regeneration, resurrection, and apotheosis, for deity incarnation from the underworld to the earth's surface through union of respective figures. The dome, the ancient structural representation of the womb of Isis, and the obelisk, the ancient representation of the erect male phallus of Osiris. That layout, as modeled in antiquity, exists today on the grandest scale at the heart of the capital of the most important government, most powerful government on earth, the United States, as well as in the heart of the most politically influential church on earth, the Vatican. Now, given this fact and the pattern provided by the Apostle Paul and the Apocalypse of John, the book of Revelation, that the end times would culminate in a marriage between political, that is Antichrist, and religious, that is false prophet, authorities at the return of Osiris Apollo, it really does behoove open-minded researchers to carefully consider these prophecies in stone, as it defines the spiritual energy that's knowingly or unknowingly being invoked at both locations with potential ramifications for the year 2025 and beyond.
Hey, do you remember yourself 10 years ago? The world around you was very different from now, wasn't it? No wonder. The 21st century is the age of rapid technological progress, and we're advancing at a mind-blowing rate. So, what do you think our world will look like by 2025? It's only a little bit more than 5 years from now, but by various accounts, it's going to be really exciting in 5 years. Let's see. Solar panels will beat fossil fuels in energy output, becoming the largest source of energy on the planet. Researchers from Thomson Reuters are sure this will happen because of new and modernized materials. With those, solar panels will be able to absorb much more sunlight, and even when it's overcast. Augmented and virtual reality will become a thing. Today it's a pretty new and raw technology, but 5 years from now, it will already be something everyone uses in their everyday lives. For example, you'll be able to have a virtual tour around a hotel before booking a room in it. Or how about taking a good look at 3D models of all goods in a store before adding them to your cart? Handy. Speaking of augmentations, people themselves will become enhanced. Microchips embedded into your skin instead of a paper or plastic ID. Bionic limbs having all the functions real arms and legs possess. Implants improving the work of internal organs, you name it. By 2025, all this and more will become available to the masses, and from then on, it'll only get cheaper and more popular. The problem of traffic jams will either be solved altogether or very close to it. With the growing demand for driverless cars and even flying cars, I can't wait. The human factor will decrease dramatically. And since it's the main reason why traffic congestion even exists, big cities will finally enjoy relatively free roads and will all be able to get things done on time. Can't wait for that. By the way, gasoline fuel would become a fading memory by 2025. Electric and hydrogen-powered vehicles will push gas-powered ones further and further out of the market. Also, solar-powered cars will probably emerge, gradually replacing all the rest. Just imagine, a car that only requires sunlight and some time to charge before you can go wherever you please. No more running out of fuel in the middle of nowhere. The Internet of Things, or IoT, will be omnipresent. Smart homes, smart offices, whole smart buildings, literally everything will be connected with everything else, separated only by closed internal networks. Living alone, yet coming home from work with a hot dinner and a clean house will become a reality. Everything will be done automatically, following just a few flicks of your finger over the smartphone or tablet screen. The Internet will become truly global. Today, only 3 billion people in the world have constant access to the web, while the other 5 billion have either limited access or none at all. Several large companies like Google, Facebook, and SpaceX are already working together on a project that will bring the Internet to everyone on the planet at speeds over 1 megabit per second. By 2025, it will surely be implemented. Artificial intelligence will make a huge leap forward. In 5 years' time, the AI will not only be able to answer simple questions and follow your commands, but it will also become deeper and more inquisitive itself. It'll probably even be able to talk to you. Not like Siri does today, but rather like Tony Stark's Jarvis. In short, it will become everyone's ultimate helper. Medicine won't stay where it is either. Even now, more and more advancements are made in this crucial field, and in 5 years, doctors will find solutions to the most important issues we're currently facing. These include a cure for cancer and AIDS, diabetes, Alzheimer's, and many other conditions that have plagued humans for a long time already. Of course, it's not as easy as it sounds, and it won't be cheap at first. But the main thing is that answers will be found, and the rest is a matter of time. Human genome will most probably be cracked, and only ethical issues will remain before genetic modifications of people become available. With those, we'll be able to get rid of pretty scary genetic conditions in children even before they're born.
Always the promise.
Scientists all over the world discuss this possibility even today. So, by 2025, the question should have a definite answer. Plastic will finally become a thing of the past. The same Thomson Reuters report I told you about earlier says that by 2025, biodegradable materials based on cellulose will replace plastic packaging for all purposes. No more littering the soil and the oceans. We'll be making a huge step towards a greener planet. And the new material will feel like plastic, by the way, so you won't even notice the difference.
You can watch the rest of that. I know they're promising us utopia. Man, this is some crazy ass shit. $2050 and so anyways, what we have that year?
Life is different now. We can't change that.
It's 2025. The world as we have known in 2020 does not exist anymore. The virus changed the world, and communism is all over the place. A global world language developed. Meetings are illegal. Traveling is illegal. And Christianity is illegal.
I can do the most important thing of my life. To believe.
Our great leaders created a system, the United Nations. Team, go! Do not hold back any method to eliminate this problem.
I won't give up the fight. Neither will I. I want to make a difference. I want to change the world we're living in, and I want to make Jesus be glorified again.
Well, showed that first clip with the Thomas Horn, and this guy usually puts out some good stuff regarding the Illuminati and mystery schools. He did some interesting stuff with the Nephilim. Christians, say that the secular world calls aliens, that it's really the Nephilim and their demons and stuff. Well, I don't know. He also came out with a book, Zeitgeist 2025, and I don't know if this guy found the same stuff I did on 2025. Either way, it is pretty crazy. But it might be Zeitgeist. Might be more Armageddon programming, though. Interesting. Zeitgeist 2025, Countdown to the Secret Destiny of America, the Lost Prophecies of Qumran, and the Return of Old Saturn's Reign. Before and after the presidency of Donald Trump, the United States was and now is again on an intentional trajectory to fulfill what famous Freemason Manly P. Hall described as the secret destiny of America. Hall's book includes future national and global subservience to the god of Freemasonry, a deity most Americans would not imagine when reciting the Pledge of Allegiance to one nation under God. Unknown to most Americans, and certainly many Christians, is the fact that the Great Seal of the United States is a prophecy hidden in plain sight by the Founding Fathers for more than 200 years, foretelling the return of this terrifying demonic god who seizes control of Earth in a new order of the ages. Tin's supernatural entity was known and feared in ancient times by different names: Apollo, Osiris, and even farther back as Nimrod, whom Masons considered to be the father of their institution. Does ancient prophecy indicate he will return in 2025? Now, for the first time ever, you will learn in Zeitgeist 2025 hidden secrets and forgotten prophecies surrounding the year 2025, how the current U.S. government is tied to America's occult destiny, lost prophecies from Qumran, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, whatever, forecasting 2025 as the final age of man, why historians and intelligence agencies foresee a totalitarian world government by 2025, how America's capital city is laid out to actuate the arrival of Antichrist, about the malevolent Orwellian trinity currently converging, the means by which the population's thinking and speaking are being homogenized to create a nation of assimilated devotees who will embrace Antichrist, the deep esoteric meanings that names and titles held in ancient societies, the impact they had upon destiny and what they could mean for America's near future, who the mysterious character Melchizedek of Genesis 14 truly was, what the people of the name covenant is, and much more. I think I might get that book. Of course, he pushes, that this is when the Antichrist is going to come on the scene. Of course, it reminds me of the Armageddon script. Let's just read the So yeah, he's some kind of New Ager, I believe. But, there's controlled opposition out there, and, I already went over how in the Bible it said that, I don't know. Make up your own mind. But I find it interesting. You have, passages like, I'll just go to Matthew 10. And they keep saying the coming of Jesus is near, but They usually ignore passages like this. He sends his disciples out one by one into the city, whatever. He says that the household is worthy, let peace come upon it. If it's not worthy, let your peace return to you. Whoever will not receive you or hear your words, depart from the city, house in the city. Shake out the dust from your feet. Surely I say, it would be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. So, he's talking to his disciples here. He warns them that he will be hated by all for my name's sake, but he who endures to the end will be saved. And that's the context of what he's talking to them about concerning this is the end. This is a little short version of Matthew 24, Mark 13, where he's talking about the end. Because he says the same stuff in Matthew 24. You'll be hated by all for my name's sake. He who endures to the end will be saved. When they persecute you in this city, flee to another. For surely I say to you, you will not have gone through the cities of Israel before the Son of Man comes. So, according to a lot of what Jesus said in the Bible, or the words attributed to Jesus, whoever wrote them, placed it at the time that Jerusalem was judged or destroyed by the Roman army, whatever you want to make out of that. So I don't know. People keep saying, oh, we're in these times. It might just be another part of the deception there. I just want to add that in just to get people to realize that passage and to think about it whenever this end time stuff is being pushed overly. That it might be another deception of theirs. Or maybe not. I don't know. Take care.